I'm Todd Carlson, and I'm volunteer here. I'm a Christian missionary here, volunteering with Church. The first time I came to Ukraine was actually just as a tourist, visiting, going to Lviv just to see it. At the time I was missionary in Poland, and then after 2013, 2014, when the uprising happened and annexation of Crimea and ousting of the president, there were many American missionaries who at that time fled Ukraine, left Ukraine, and some of them stayed with elders at our church in Poland, and I got to speak to them and ask them why they were leaving, and they said they were scared, and I was very sad, very disappointed. At that time I was a newer Christian, only 1 year, and it just broke my heart that all these American missionaries were fleeing. And so then I said, I want to go to Ukraine and see the truth, see what's really going on. And being an orphan myself, I wanted to visit orphanages there to see if there was anything I could do to help. And so that's how I ended up going there as a missionary. I don't get a salary or a stipend or monthly income from any church. So I go home and I work, and just a regular job, and then I save money and then come and volunteer here. The first original start of the war really broke my heart. I was with some friends in Poland, and some of them were Ukrainian, and we were watching what we could see on the internet, including what was going on in Maidan. One of our dear Ukrainian Christian sisters, she had family at that time in Crimea, and so we were trying to help her family there, and then also just other Ukrainians. And it just really, really broke my heart just to see, because you have dear friends whose families are living there and living in this, terrible, terrible time of this uprising and war. And then fast forward to 2022 in February, as we just had the 2-year remembering of what had happened with the re-invasion. And again, I was back in the States and was watching on the news and in contact with all of our Christian brothers and sisters here, and it was heartbreaking. My heart went out to them, and I was trying to help them on this end as best I could, help them as some of them went to Poland, some of them went to Switzerland, some of them went to other countries, even the US, and was just trying to help them the best I could to find housing, to find some, place to go, and so it just broke my heart. As a follower of Christ, it says in the gospel, Jesus commands us to go and share the gospel to the ends of the earth. And there's a great parable about the talents, where he talks about giving one person 1 talent, giving one person 5 talents, and giving one person 10 talents. And the person who he gives the 1 talent to buries his talent in the sand and does not do anything to help other people or help God. And the person with 5 talents doubles those talents, and the person with 10 also. And I myself, God has only given me 1 talent, and I didn't want to bury that in the sand. And as it says also in the Bible, that we are only to fear God. So we're not to fear death, we're not to fear anything else, but only fear God. And so for me, I felt like this 1 talent God gave me was simply, I lived in Poland and also lived in Ukraine, and therefore I was able to help connect our churches, people from this church, with people from my church in Poland, to help them find housing, to help them get things that they needed or go where they needed to go. And so I just wanted to, again, try to help as many people as I could. And so when the second invasion happened, then I sold everything and sold my car and moved out of my apartment and then came here. So at the end of March. And then with my dear pastor in Poland, Pastor Bogdan, he helped me to buy a minivan, and then we were able to fill it with food at that time and medicine and anything that, you know, candles, flashlights, anything to prepare for a winter that we believed was going to be sometimes without electricity. And God allowed me to drive this minivan here and to bring things to people from our church here and other people that we had been ministering to during that time. So just very thankful and very humbled that God protected me and allowed me to come and serve. Normally I go back home, I work and save money, and then I come and volunteer in the summer. We do summer camps here with the church. We also do other summer camps in other towns, other small towns, and also we do English clubs and different things just to share the gospel. Currently, I'm trying to apply for a residence card, and they've kind of, you know, due to the second invasion, they've kind of changed everything around, which I understand they had to do. So now I'm in the process of waiting for my invitation for my visa. And then once I receive this, then I can apply for my visa. And from my understanding, the visa right now is just a 90-day visa. And then after that, I can come back into Ukraine and apply for my residence. And the challenge for me is finding a landlord that's willing to go with me to the government center to apply for residence. And in speaking with other realtors and speaking with other people, other missionaries as well here from other countries, that it's not an easy task. And I understand because of the paperwork, because of the liability on the homeowner, and the homeowner not knowing, because we're foreigners, you know, not knowing us personally. And so I understand that there's some, you know, worry, you know, there about their property and everything. And then also, if we're to leave the country, the legal process of them taking us off of their flat. I'll stay as long as I can legally, and as long as God keeps the door open for me to stay, and I'm happy to volunteer. And if that time comes where my 90-day visa runs out and I still have not found a housing and also a landlord that's willing to help me with this, then I'll have no choice but to leave and go back. I would like to have dual citizenship if the circumstances were right. Of course, there are many laws, you know, in the U.S. as well, where we have to be very, you know, like careful and obey the laws. So for me, it would be great and a great opportunity, and also to be able to stay longer and be able to work here, be able to buy a flat and establish, you know, more long-term ministry here, God's ministry, just in what we're doing. For me is only a short time now because I'm here normally just in the summertime volunteering. So it would be, for me, it would be great. I would be really honored to be able to do that. And so, yeah. Like I say, for me as a missionary, trying to follow Jesus is, you know, as a follower of Christ, wherever he calls us to be and to share the gospel. And right now, truly, I believe for me that this is Ukraine. And so definitely anything I can do to stay longer and to help people here and share the gospel is, you know, what I'll try to do as long as I can, as long as God wants me here.